All right, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for your homework to be assigned, but I'm going to help out with 4 problems, and you have 4 problems for homework. That's it. All right, so I'm going to do number 2 for you here. This is a sum of two cubes. So I'm going to factor this first. Keep in mind and remember, 64 comes from 4 to the third. X to the third comes from x to the third. So there's a and b and a squared, ab, and b squared. And I have the same sign, opposite sign, positive. So same, opposite, positive. I put an x here, a 4 there, x squared, 4x, and let's see here, 4 squared is 16. Okay, so the first thing I did was factored it. I'm going to set equal to 0, and you'll see I've done it correctly. Yes, I have the answers right here. Because sometimes math teachers just need to know, but I'm not looking at them. Then I have to do x plus 4 equals 0. I have to do x squared minus 4x plus 16 equals 0. This one's pretty easy. Subtract 4 from each side. You get x equals negative 4. That's one of my solutions. The other one I have to use the quadratic equation for. So the opposite of negative 4 plus or minus big square root negative 4 squared minus 4 times 1 times 16 all over 2 times 1. So this will be 4 plus or minus big square root. Sorry, it doesn't have to be that big. So negative 4 squared is the same thing as negative 4 times negative 4. So make sure that's a positive 16, not a negative 1. And then 4 times 1 times 16, negative 4 times 1 times 16 is negative 64. That's all over 2. So this is going to be 4 plus or minus big square root, negative 48 goes inside the root. Now if I'm taking the square root of negative 48, that's the same thing as 16 times negative 1 times 3. What's the square root of 16? Well, yeah, it's 4. The square root of negative 1 is I, and the square root of 3 is just the square root of 3. This is all over 2. So now what I get to do, ooh, a little pink, what? Aww. I'm going to go ahead and simplify or reduce all those by 2. So my answer is going to be 2 plus or minus 2i root 3. What? Right next to it. Look at that. Here's my other one right there. So 2's in the books. I'm also going to go over number 6. All right, now number 6 is similar. It's this sum of 2 cubes. So I can go ahead and put my pluses in here and my minuses. Plus, same, opposite, positive. 27x to the third comes from 3x to the third. And 1 comes from 1 to the third. So it's going to be a plus b, so 3x plus 1. And then I have, here is going to be 3x squared, so 9x squared. Then minus 3x times 1, which is 3x. And then 1 here. So now it is factored once I set it equal to 0. Done. Okay. Then I have to set them equal to 0. So 3x plus 1 equals 0. Subtract 1, 3x equals negative 1. Divide by 3, divide by 3. X is equal to negative 1/3, which you'll find right here. Next up, we have to do the quadratic equation. So it would be the opposite of negative 3 plus or minus big square root negative 3 squared minus 4 times 9 times 1. It's all over 2 times 9. So this would be 3 plus or minus big square root 9 minus 36 all over 18. All right, let me trim this up a little bit here. Then this is going to be 3 plus or minus square root of negative 27 all over 18. Now negative 27, root negative 27, simplifies into 9 times negative 1 times 3. Square root of 9 is 3, square root of negative 1 is I, and the square root of 3 is the square root of 3. So I have 3 plus or minus that all over 18. Then, going back to my red, I can simplify everything inside the heart. So then I get 1 plus or minus I root 3. Let's divide them all by 3. 18 divided by 3 is 6, which is where I get the same thing as that. Nice. All right, now next problem I'm going to show you how to do is number 9. Okay, now you can see my answers down there, but I'm going to go into this and show you how to do it. Now I'm going to start by factoring it. This is x. Oh, I can't put a plus there. It could be minus, doesn't it? Yeah, two numbers multiply to 4 and add up to negative 5. That'd be 4 and 1, but they both have to be negative. So minus 4 and x minus 1. Okay. The only problem is that's got to be fourth. So I got to put a 2 on each of those because 2 plus 2 is 4. So each of these, not just one, but each of them actually simplifies in factors. So it would be x plus 2, x minus 2. From this is the difference of 2 squares. And then this one, x plus 1, x minus 1. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, and no square roots in this one. It's all good, all money. So I get x plus 2 equals 0, x minus 2 equals 0, x plus 1 equals 0, and x minus 1 equals 0. So I get my solutions of negative 2, 2, negative 1, and 1. And for those of you thinking, well, it's not the same order, it doesn't have to be. These are the 4 solutions. All right, so now we are going to number 11. All right, so here we go. I'm going to factor this. Two numbers multiply to 16, add up to negative 10. That'd be 8 and 2 as long as they're both negative. So I have x squared minus 8, x squared minus 2 equals 0 here. So I'm going to set each of those equal to 0. You can't factor them anymore. They're not differences of squares. That's not a square, neither is that. So we're going to have x squared minus 8 equals 0, and x squared minus 2 equals 0. We're going to solve each of those. Whoa, sorry about that. All right, so I get x squared equals 8, x squared equals 2, square root here, square root there. X is equal to plus or minus, can't forget that. Now 8 breaks down to 4 times 2. Square root of 4 is 2, so 2 root 2 plus or minus 2 root 2 are 2 solutions. And then I square root both sides here and here. And that's just going to be x is equal to plus or minus root 2. So positive root 2, negative root 2. That's what these two represent. And then they didn't simplify theirs here, which I don't like. So I like my answers better. So I guess that would be an easy way to see if you just copied, if you copy the answers or not. Thank you. The homework. I'm just going to go to this page real quick. All right. Homework. Our numbers 7, 8, 12, and 15. That is your homework, just those 4 problems. Please let me know if you run into any issues. All right, thanks.